Hello everybody, welcome to Color Your World. Today we're going to be going over a technique, but we're going to tie it in with a game. And a while back I had painted Terminator Genisys Rise of the Resistance. I had to make sure I got the name right. A fantastic little game, but the one thing I was showing was how to layer and make metallics come alive. Especially with Terminators, you really want to make those things come alive. So I decided to take some excerpts and put them into this video and show you some of the basics and some of the things that we've talked about over this entire series. How to dry brush, how to control the paint, and how things go on and layer things on to give that 3D illusion. And the best way to do this is, well, let's go take a look at the tape. Here we have, I've got a ton. They come in a bunch of bags and stuff like that, and some of them come in slots, but they're that cheapo plastic. And my biggest fear here is, hey John, how are you? Dutch Yoda, Killer Rabbit, how are you? My fear is that if I spray them, they're going to stay sticky because it's that bendable plastic, and that plastic really doesn't take spraying too well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump ahead here, and I just want to show you that sometimes if you get something that you're not 100% sure if it's going to go well on, just prime it yourself. Prime it, you know, it's an extra step, yeah, but we're going to get a bunch of these and we'll get them nice and dried off. And okay, there's my roll of paper towels, sorry. So all we're going to do is just try to cover these a little bit and just get a little bit of paint on them. It's not going to hurt anything, and it's going to go on pretty quickly. And then they'll dry real quick, and then I'll show you how to just paint a Terminator real quick. We'll get a bunch of these done, and I'll show you some of the other really neat figures that it comes. See how quick that goes? It's an extra step. It's a pain in the neck. When they're bendy like this and the plastic's soft, I always find that when I spray, because unless you're using a very high quality primer like an Army Builder or something like that, you are going to run into some issues. So all I want to do is just get enough to cover this thing. I'm not going crazy trying to get every inch of this, because that black is going to be used particularly to try to help us with a few things that are going to stand out. So see, here's another really cool figure, but hey, we'll make do, right? I'm going to put this here just so I can center myself a little bit. That's my new thing. Looks and sounds good, Rob. Thank you, John. You are all too kind. I don't expect anybody to watch this, and I really don't worry if anybody watches anything. We're just here to have some fun. I got some really big things coming up in 2018, and I'm really working at it, as well as we're going to be taking care of some situations that we have ongoing. So if you see, I'm just taking a bigger brush, and I'm just trying to get, matter of fact, let me put my hood down so I can actually see. Oh, there we go. And just trying to get as much as I could in the grooves. That's where I'm really worried about. I'm not worried about, make sure you hold on to the model. That's always a key thing. Always key. And I'm just looking to really kind of just get in here and just get in the grooves, because that's going to be the most important thing, because the next thing that we're going to do with some of these guys is dry brush them. And while those are drying, because there's a lot of people out there that do not want to paint. Don't. Plain and simple. And by pre-shading, it gives them a bit of detail. Okay? So it kind of, it gives them some detail. It gives the character some depth. And I don't think it's bad. I just end up painting over it. You're better off doing your own shading, because you end up going over it. Like if you guys go and check out my Wildlands, I ended up repainting all those miniatures, and it turned out pretty good. Tim, how are you? Okay, so we're going to use lead belcher, and we're going to use this very, very sparsely. All right, because there's a reason for it. What's the reason, Rob? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Because we really want to try to get this done. How long have we been on? 24 minutes? Yeah, we could do this. I don't want to go too long. All right. Oh, is this one all dried up? Well, maybe it is. But I think I just might have enough in here. Yes, I do. I can scoop a bunch of this out. That's perfect. All right. I've got some of this on here. This lead belcher. Now I'm going to take it all off. It's such a waste of paint sometimes. But hey, that's what we do. The most important thing is taking and making sure. See, that's too much. But actually, that really isn't too much because of what we want to do here. And all we want to do is I go deeper, higher on the brush, and just very lightly. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Now, because I pre-painted these black, I really kind of don't need to. I don't need to wash them. Because if you see what I'm doing here, I'm retaining the black. Yes, I'm retaining the black. The black is because I'm going so light over with the lead belcher. It's actually, it's almost like that black is my shade. Woo! Come back here, son. And you're saying, oh well, they look all right. No, don't worry. We have to go over these yet again. And all you want to do is just lightly, just touch it ever so lightly, and you're going to see where your detail is going to come out. And that's where the important part is. It's just seeing where your detail is. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. And if you need a little bit more, come over to this brush here and just take a little. And you see how quickly these kind of start to pop in there. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Now we're going to do some things to make them stand out. First thing I'm going to do is move some of this stuff. Come on. Come on. Take a little bit more. And just work it into that same area. Taking the paint off. Okay? Taking the paint off. Any change of airbrush videos coming back? Yeah. My wife found a complete copy of the 1986 Milton Bradley Game Master Shogun from Goodwill for $1. That's fantastic. Oh, for $2. Great Christmas gift. It sure is. I'm real happy for you. Hope you're doing all right. Finally broke down and bought an Army Painter Mega Set. Question, Rob. Can I use old tester paints for primer? Nah. No. It's tester paints are different type of, they're an enamel, and they will not do very well, to be honest with you. I would stay away from the tester paints. They are an enamel. They take a long time to dry, and they're built for models, and you really got to know what you're doing with tester paints. Heck, I grew up on tester paints. I actually switched over to Tomoya when I was doing models because I did not care for testers. I mean, they're not bad paints. Alright, see? So what we're doing here is we're using that lead belcher as a base. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. We're having fun doing it, too. Oh, man, these guys just won't stand up. Well, that's alright, because I got a feeling they're just going to get mowed down as we go. And we're going to paint like 5 or 6 of these. Well, maybe a little bit more. Because we got time, right? Yeah, let me take a look. That 28. We're mowing through these. That's what we do. I show you how quickly. Quickly. A matter of fact, Jorge, you're going to see some airbrush stuff very, very soon. Sooner than you think. I have to do a couple test videos for something. And trust me, just stay with me. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to jinx myself. I've said enough as it is about TV shows. So we're going to do some fun things. Now I want to get a little bit more on here. Alright, come on. Come on, Mr. Brush. And we're going to do these bases too. We're going to have some fun with this whole thing. And again, just getting our boy here all squared away. I'm using a bigger brush just to just drill these as quickly as possible. And you can see how much the miniature moves. And that was my fear of doing the primer on them. Sometimes it just gets so sticky because it starts to eat the plastic. And when you have a cheaper plastic like this, like I don't... Listen, the whole point is to build the thematic of the game, okay? And you got these figures, and they're going to bring that theme in here. It doesn't matter how detailed they are. You can do whatever you want with them. And just use your imagination. Isn't that what it's all about? Isn't that what it's all about in the long run? And this lead belcher is just doing exactly what I need it to do. Alright. It's just sitting up in there. And let me just get a little bit more on here. I'm using this pot is almost destroyed. It's seen so much use, especially in the last couple days. We are going to pull out some Necron compound. Yes, that's right, some Necron compound. Oh, you know what else I need to pull out? Oh, okay, I could see the colors I kind of need there. Okay, cool. All right, so I want to pull out a couple other colors here. All right. All right. And what we're going to do with this is a dry paint. Now you can use this. Okay, you can use this, or you can just take and dry brush with a Rune Fang layer steel. It's your choice. I tend to like the Necron compound for some reason. I just get a bunch of it on my brush, and then what I do here is, again, it's that old thing where you just kind of work it in. Now I use both of these, and I'm going to show you why, and you're going to see in a minute, and how this is going to really start to bring things out a little bit. If you remember, we took this, okay, this Necron compound, and I mean our lead belcher, and we really kind of worked it in there pretty hard. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to kind of just lightly go over, lighter. And you see how that's starting to bring that out a little bit more? And the spaces that I missed, I can really kind of go over and really just gently, just enough, because now we're starting to bring out that metallic. We're bringing out the metallic viewpoint of this. There we go. See what we're doing? All right. Now you see how that's starting to sit up? And it's giving you that. Now all of a sudden, you see that shine? That's what we're looking for. See? See? It's just so simple. It's just a bit of layering. The real pain in the neck, like I said, is that you're going to have to, because of the way these are, I just don't trust putting a spray on them. I don't. So let's take a look at the difference here. Okay. See what we're getting here? See how this one's darker and this one's starting to really come out? That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. All right. Now, again, nice and light. Nothing. You want to make it sit up. You want to make that sit up. Boom, 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 boom. You want to keep this pretty well. There we go. All right. And you can, you don't even have to get that much on your brush. All you got to do is just get enough where it sits on top of the highlights, and that's all we're trying to do, is get it to sit up. All right. Now, not only was that a lot of fun to paint, and easy and quick, you know, kind of like Necrons, just an easy beginner way, and it builds confidence. And those Terminators were a lot of fun, not to mention that's a pretty doggone good game. I had a lot of fun with it. It's a game where you roll dice and place them to control, like John Connor and Kyle, and you control your movements and abilities. A lot of fun, but more fun to paint, and you get double the excitement out of the hobby by just painting the game, which gives you one aspect of the hobby, and then of course playing the game, which is a total wonderful experience. And having your characters and your enemies painted, it just adds to the theme and the experience. So I really suggest it. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time on Color Your World, for all the guys and gals at BGG and myself, Rob Oren, we'll see you soon.